How's it going, everybody? Johnny Styles here with the Wellness Observer Live. And what you're watching right now will be the kind of play by play, talking about what happened between Rayane Fogal and Alexis Nicole at the 2024 Miami Pro, which I was there live in person. We got some video. We're going to run real quick between them two posing, their solo routines. I'm gonna give you my quick thoughts, and then I'm gonna talk to you when they were called out at the very end for that final posing. I believe that when we saw Alexis come out, great color, especially of course by the best in the world, Liquid Sun Rays. She does her trademark pose right here with the crazy side leg. Her size has been added. I have called it since the very beginning. I know what people say, I know what people hear, but you can count on the godfather of wellness that I was the very first one that told her you have a great chance, you have a great future, but you need to get bigger. And when I saw this package, it totally blew my mind because she did get, in fact, bigger. One thing that I would say for sure, her delts look redonkulous, look really, really big. They're round, very figure-esque. Remember back in the day when figure was in 2014? That was the elite figure look, those round, bold shoulders. Her waist looks really, really good while while she's posing here by herself. Again, this side pose, this front pose, trademark Alexis pose, is one of the best poses in the league. When she does the transition, she's very good at posing, but this is where, again, I'll talk about it later, but I think this is where she encountered a bit of an issue where her diaphragm was a little bit more upwards. And as you see in the video here, I paused it so you guys can see her upper abs look a little bit distended, but more on that a little bit later on. She looks fantastic, very good on stage. On the side, kind of transition, you can still see that her glutes are still not there. They have grown, but they're still not there. Her quads and calves have absolutely grown and have gotten better. When she turns from the back, she is still a little bit softer than what I like to see her. I would like to see her a little bit harder from the back, but you got to consider she was always very good from the front, but in the back she was always very soft-ish. Now I cannot say that anymore. Watching it in person, it's a sight to see. Her calves were crazy dialed in. There's absolutely nothing I can say about her calves. Walking slowly towards the back, she did a very good job. Her hair, I liked her hair. She always has a straight look hair. Now she was more doing like the curly side, and she did very, very, very good. So I liked it. Again, she ends up with her trademark pose, and I believe that the judges were very happy with her when she came on stage, as well as myself. I can't put the music, obviously, but I can tell you that the hurricane did arrive in Miami. She came on stage. You could hear the oohs and the ahs from the people on attendance. You got to remember, this is somebody that I gave. She broke the star ratings. She broke it at the Tampa Pro. My honest thoughts and opinions when she walked on stage, while her upper body was dialed in, meaning her delts were there, her abs were there, her color was good, hair, makeup, everything was on point. Even the new green bikini on her, I liked it. I believe that her lower body was a little bit softer than the Rayane Fogal of the past. Sometimes when you're competing against other competitors, and when judges are seeing you, judges compare you to the last time they saw you. And some of the judges that saw her at Tampa were probably expecting that, but the other judges that were at the Arnold Brazil, which she won, were not here. But some of them were, and I believe that at first glance, especially that side leg, we have seen her harder, including myself. So when I saw her this way, the first thing that popped into my head was, you know what? She must have come in softer because they told her to come in softer. They would like to come in softer. when she does this transition to the side, you can see clearly that her amount of muscle maturity and mass, the glute ham tie-ins are insane, but it's just the amount of muscularity that's there. And remember, this is still wellness, and when she's one of the true OGs of wellness, so that volume comes with time. That volume comes with lots of hours of training. From the back, you can still see she's super big and full. But again, the softness ended up helping her in this show because probably if she would have come in like Tampa, they probably would have knocked her out. Again, the walk to the back was very good, very gracious on stage. She is very good at showing her body. That's just bar none. That's why she's top 4 in the world. And again, I at prejudging, I thought, you know what? I haven't seen her this soft before, but maybe this is what they want her to be moving forward. When they called them out next to each other, this is the stage that was set up for them too. When they did the first quarter turn to the right, you can see that Alexis delts overpower Rayane's delts, and again, when they turn to the side, you can see again the quads are pretty much there. Remember, this is all an illusion too. You got to know how to show your body on stage, and it's also one of those things that when you're there in person, things change and things actually look better in person. But some people call it was close. Hey, and again, remember, Rayane is coming here, but Alexis is still developing. She has more than enough time to keep developing her body. They turn to the side here, pretty much comparable. I would give the calves to Alexis here, actually. And then they were going to turn to the side, pose. There's the main big difference, which Alexis is not far. I remember that glute ham tie-in for her wasn't really showing back in the day, and now it's kind of there. You can see it. And with Rayane, it's always been there. So it's a catching up game. But the cool part is that when you're doing these shows, you get the chance to be in next to an Olympian, test yourself for that matter. They turn to the back. I got Rayane winning this pose, except for the calves, because I think Alexis beat her on the calves for that matter. They go to the side again, and this is where, again, you see that, especially in that upper glute muscle tie-in from Rayane. And here you can see that Alexis is trying to stand a little bit straight up, and that upper rib cage is kind of looking a little bit more, it gives the illusion that it's distended a little bit. Meanwhile, when you see Ryane's, she has a kind of like a vacuum pose on her and makes her stomach look, smaller, more streamlined. So in the end, this is what happened in prejudging at the Muscle Beach. You see again, Ryane's doing like a vacuum type of pose. Her quads at night were completely diced, and the way kind of we should have seen her at the prejudging. But I guess they want to play it safe, and the judges like that. In the morning, you have a softer look, and then at night come a little bit harder. I think that seals the deal. This was again prejudged, and then it was judged again at night, and both competitors did very, very well. Alexis has that V taper with those delts. I would tell her to back off the delts, to be honest with you. And aside from that, I would, if you don't know what you're watching, at least go pose for pose. And I guess I have Rayane beating her pretty much in all the poses, just because of the amount of muscularity and the amount of overall size, shape, symmetry. But Alexis is not far behind. And when you do a show like this and you end up second place, and you go to the next town and you do a show, if Rayane is not there, Alexis could be the heavy favorite coming into Toronto this weekend. So again, I wanted to come on here and just talk about it a little bit with you so you guys can see what I saw dead center right there in front of the judges. The judges were in front of me basically, and I was right behind them. It was a good matchup. People liked it. People were happy. It was a packed house in Miami. And again, this is something that is gonna keep growing because this class was meant to be shown in Miami, Florida. But I was really happy with both competitors. I interviewed them both. They did absolutely fantastic. I believe that Alexis has, learned a lot from this pose. Remember, they worked these girls hard, and I believe that Rayane as well. She learned a lot from this show. So that's pretty much it. Let me know you in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think from this great event and from these two great competitors that shared the stage at the 2024 Miami Pro. Will we see them again next to each other? That's a question that many want to see, but we don't know at the moment. For Alexis, this should be one of her stars on her wall. Meaning, I stood in a way, she stood next to Ryan Fogal, pose for pose. Again, Alexis has more than enough time to get better and to catch on to other superstars in the IFBB Pro League. This has been Johnny Styles, the godfather of wellness. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's do this.